Welcome to Triumph IAS. It's a daily mains practice question and answer series. This program is exclusively designed for UPSC CSE aspirants. In this video discussion, we will discuss UPSC CSE mains previous 25-year questions. Question number 1. Explain how the foundations of modern world were laid by the American and French Revolution. Let's start with the introduction of the answer. The American Revolution of 1776 and French Revolution of 1789 is an ever-to-be-remembered event of human history. Unlike the English Revolution of 1688 or the American Revolution of 1776, it did not confine itself to its domestic limits. The main body of the answer should be number 1. In America, there was the Revolution of 1776 and the creation of a state free from British control. Politically, the spread of doctrines of equality, liberty and nationhood had tremendous repercussion throughout Europe and America. Number 2. In Europe, the most significant event was the French Revolution in 1789. It signaled the triumph of democracy over autocracy. It changed the very tune of the history of Europe. Number 3. The French Revolution as a historical period is considered to have begun in 1789 and ended around 1799. For the next 75 years, France would be governed as a republic, a dictatorship, a constitutional monarchy, and an empire. Number 4. Many experts believe that the same ideologies that sparked the American Revolution had long percolated through French culture. Number 5. During the war in North American colonies, some allied Frenchmen fought side by side with soldiers of the Continental Army, which allowed for the exchanging of values, ideas and philosophies. Number 6. One key ideological movement, known as Enlightenment, was central to the American uprising. Enlightenment stressed the idea of natural rights and equality for all citizens. Number 7. The ideas of the Enlightenment flowed from Europe to the North American continent and sparked a revolution that made enlightened thought all the more popular back across the Atlantic. Number 8. The French, who had direct contact with the Americans, were able to successfully implement Enlightenment ideas into a neopolitical system. The National Assembly in France even used the American Declaration of. Conclusion of the answer is independence as a model when drafting the Declaration of the Rights of Man and the Citizen in 1789. Much like the American document, the French Declaration included Enlightenment philosophies such as equal rights and popular sovereignty. Question number 2. Under what circumstances can the financial emergency be proclaimed by the President of India? What consequences follow when such a declaration remains in force? Let's start with the introduction of the answer. The President of India can proclaim financial emergency under Article 360 of the Constitution if he is satisfied that a situation has arises that financial stability of India or part of its territory thereof is threatened. Such an emergency ceases to be in operation within 2 months of its proclamation unless it is approved by both Houses of Parliament by simple majority. The main body of the answer should be, during the financial emergency, the executive authority of Union gives finance-related directions to states. Centre can ask states to observe canons of financial propriety. It can direct that money bills or finance bills should need President's assent. There are other effects which can also occur during the proclamation of financial emergency. Number 1. The President may ask the states to reduce the salaries and allowances of all or any class of persons in government service, including the judges of SC and RCs. Number 2. The President may ask the states to reserve all the money bills for the consideration of Parliament after they have been passed by the state legislature. Number 3. The satisfaction of President in proclamation of financial emergency is subjected to judicial review. During such emergency, the financial machinery throughout the state can be held by Union government irrespective of majority and mandate enjoyed by the state government. Conclusion of the answer is: in India, financial emergency has not been proclaimed even for once. It is a very rarely used safety measure enshrined in our constitution. Question number 3. The banning of Jamaat-e-Islami in Jammu and Kashmir brought into focus the role of overground workers, OGWs, in assisting terrorist organizations. Examine the role played by OGWs in assisting terrorist organizations in insurgency-affected areas. Discuss measures to neutralize influence of OGWs. Let's start with the introduction of the answer. People associated with the Jamaat-e-Islami Jammu Kashmir, a registered political party with over 8 lakh members, have been on the run since 28 February 2019 Union Home Ministry notification declaring it an unlawful association under Section 3 of the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, 1967. The main body of the answer should be number 1. Citing activities prejudicial to internal security and public order, with the potential of disrupting unity and integrity. The ban followed a crackdown on Jamaat members coinciding with growing India-Pakistan tensions. Number 2. The role played by OGWs in assisting terrorist organizations in insurgency-affected areas. Number 3. To fight the most important tool of terrorism and proxy war, the overground workers, OGWs, in Kashmir can be broadly categorized under the following heads. The categorization has been done on the basis of experience of the author who has carried out a net assessment and system analysis study on the security situation in Kashmir, in order to give a de novo look at the issue of OGWs by categorizing them for the sake of strategic communication and perception management improvement. Number 4. OGWs for logistic support, OGWLs, to strike teams. Number 5. OGWs managing funding, OGWF. Number 6. OGWs providing ideological support, OGWIS. Number 7. OGWs providing radicalization support, OGWRS. Number 8. OGWs for recruitment of terrorists, OGWR. Number 9. OGWs generating negative perceptions and sentiment amongst the Awam, OGWPS. Number 10. Measures to neutralize influence of OGWs. Number 11. Resource control measures including establishing checkpoints, cordon and search operations create a sense of alienation in the minds of the populace. Number 12. The Indian Army is focusing on breaking the overground worker, OGW. Number 13. Terrorist nexus, as also on the aspect of encouraging surrenders to bring the misguided youth to the mainstream. On numerous occasions, the parents and close relatives of terrorists seeking assistance in facilitating their surrender have approached the army. Conclusion of the answer is: the success of the counter-proxy war campaign has resulted in a significant downward slide in terrorist morale. A perceptible barometer of terrorist morale is the high number of surrenders of their cadre.